I was hanging out with everyone after, and we were talking about the time in the Bay where we watched two blind guys battle each other in roast battle, and they're gonna battle again. It was like we should get them to do look like jokes for everything, but then just have them not make sense at all. Like, you look like a shapeless void. So you're talking about that, and then that really cool comedian that came through here that was blind. It was finally the first person I got to tell my favorite word for blind people is "C-tard," and so we were talking about making a buddy cop film called "C-tard and Mr. Carriage." Is there a Mr. Carriage? Is one of my favorite stupid jokes. Just imagine a buddy cop movie with C-tard and Mr. Carriage, and the blind guy is like aiming his gun, and Mr. Carriage is like, "Whoa, C-tard, aim that way." But Mr. Carriage has no arms, so he has to guide C-tard. He's like, "C-tard, use echolocation," and so C-tard's just shooting the gun to hear where people are. He goes, "They're not over there."
Okay, I'm on board now.
Yeah, dude.
You're taking a while for me to get there, but
It takes a minute, but if you really picture it, it's the best buddy cop movie of all time.
yeah,
Coming to theaters this fall, C-tard and Mr. Carriage.
it's gotta suck being a blind actor because you just gotta trust.
Yeah. It also, you're like, man, I hope I'm hot. I assume I'm getting roles.
You wouldn't even know if you were cut out of the movie.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even know.
That would be awesome. They cut your speaking roles, but you're still heavily involved. I know you won't be able to enjoy it, but you are in this film a lot.
Being blind with a non-speaking role in a movie.
Yeah. Dude, why don't they have blind people be extras? They wouldn't even have to pay them. They could just tell them they were going to an appointment or something.
There's a lot. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
No, if you need to save like $1,000.
Yeah.
Like, how much do extras get paid?
Not much.
Like,
But there's a bunch of them. At this point, I'd rather use blind people than AI. I'd rather have a bunch of people in the back like than a bunch of like six-fingered hands, you know?
I want it to all be deaf extras so they can't hear when they start recording.
Cut. I've been thinking about starting a real estate company that exclusively caters to the blind and deaf. So you put deaf people near the airports and railroad tracks, and you put blind people in the really ugly places. You go, look, it's incredible. Well, not look, but you know, I mean, no one else should live there.
I think I'm evil because I would do the opposite and just have everyone be really freaked out.
Just making deaf people move in with blind people.
I would watch that reality show, Big Brother, but they're all.
I think they made it, and it's called Fish Tank.
That is what that show is.
Yeah.
What
What if reality TV was actually retarded people?
I need to apply.
You would crush on that.
I would
Do
do
they have a
so.
house hoe?
You gotta have a house hoe.
You gotta have a house hoe.
Gotta have a house hoe.
Oh, man. Dude, it's good to see you. I saw you yesterday at football for the first time since Skankfest.
And you were so excited to see me alive and well.
I know. I'm so glad you are alive because I worry when I don't hear from you having a full-scale mental breakdown. But then I also am like, maybe she's having like a good week.
Very middle of the road week. It was a very, post Skankfest, I was prepared to just, it's my birthday.
Yeah.
Why would I?
The most insane thing to me, I think we probably have video evidence of this from the last podcast of you saying you weren't going to drink much at Skankfest and then you got all your pills so you can take your pills and just not drink ever again.
I'm going to remember to clip in that exact part in a flashback scene.
Are you going to the festival they named after you?
Yeah.
Let's go, dude. Skankfest is going to rule. I'm very excited for New Orleans.
Yep, it's my birthday week, and I'm sure I'll be responsible and not take anything too far.
Oh, no. Fuck, I had no idea. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, Sam.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Well, Hurricane Katrina, part 2.
I think I'll be so fine and normal.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because I do remember saying all of that.
Yeah.
And then I was like, it's New Orleans. It's Skankfest.
Yeah.
I'm not going to take my pills.
It was like 1 p.m. on Friday, and you were ripped. But you got there. No, it was Thursday, because I was flying into Atlanta to go and do that show, and you were there for the kickoff party. and you were slosh money.
Mm-mm. I was really good until about 10 p.m. Thursday.
Mm,
And then Friday, I don't remember.
that's what it is.
Yeah, but yeah, Thursday, because like the kickoff is just everyone being like, "Hello, how are you? How have you been?" And it's like, ugh. And
Better
then,
get drunk about it.
no, I was like, there's no reason. Oh, want me to get fucked up and mosh to hate breed with a bunch of
Yeah.
stinks?
Yeah, they did a wall of death.
I missed it because you know where I went. Was Uncle Laser approached me and goes, "You like Young Gravy?" Yeah, dude, look at me. Of course I do. He's like, "Do you want to go backstage?" I'm like,
Yeah, of course.
but then Laser, and I swear to God, I'm gonna beat the fuck out of him one day for this. He brings me, Jay Legend, and Tim, and then I don't remember her name, and I feel really bad, but she had Humongos. And so he leads us into the green room. Humongos first, and then Jay, and then gets to me, and he goes, "And this is my retarded little sister."
Yeah.
And Young Gravy, who's hugged everyone thus far, shakes my hand.
Oh, no.
I'm like, "You're allowed to hug retards." We love.
They prefer it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Squeeze me.
Man, that's hilarious. So Young Gravy thinks you're like special needs. Do you think at one point he's like, damn, I'll probably fuck a retard?
Yeah. He didn't even look like he was having fun on that show. It was maybe the worst concert I've ever been to in my
No
life.
way. Really? Why?
The crowd sucked. At one point, so we were like upstairs, like on a balcony watching,
Uh-huh.
and I was hammered at this point because I
Was
was
it at Savoy?
don't know the name of the venue.
Perfect.
It also felt like one of those things where I was walking to the kickoff party and I passed Young Gravy's tour bus. I was like, "Huh, Young Gravy's here.
Yeah.
Wish I could go."
And then you were.
And then I was drinking cups of whiskey in the green room. And then I was up on the balcony and I was like, "This crowd sucks. I'm going to go cause a ruckus." And I tried like getting down. I was just going to crowd surf. I
Sure.
even went up to security. I was like, "No one's having fun at this concert. They're like strict rules." And they were like, "No, we don't know what's going on."
Weird.
So I just like I was walking up through the crowd to get close enough to like crowd surf. And this fat troll lady yanks my hair. A full-grown adult woman pulled my hair at the Young Gravy concert.
That's awesome.
Her boyfriend looked so embarrassed and was like holding her back, and I was standing there. I was like, "Do you get how retarded you are right now? Like, you should be so embarrassed that you even thought of doing that,
Yeah.
but you actually did it." And then I looked around, all the guys around me were like trying not to get involved. I was like, "Oh, everyone here is a pussy. This is so
That's
stupid."
crazy. The worst part too, she pulls your hair and you're like, oh no, I'm turned on.
Fuck, now I'm hard.
What's up, mommy?
Now I can't crowd surf.
Oh God, they keep dropping me. I'm so wet.
So slippery.
I've never seen someone crowd surf and leave a snail trail.
Everyone's head is just covered in goop.
Yeah.
Ew.
Oh my God, is this a Nickelodeon game show?
Slime time. Send out Sammy Slimer.
We've got a severe energy deficit. Send out the Slimer. Sam, gorp him. Oh, that's heinous.
I'm sick.
Yeah, I bet.
So the rest of that night was, do bars not close in New Orleans?
No.
Wow. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's the coolest city in the world.
Because I was trying to figure out the timeline.
You're like, well, when is 2 coming? They never said last call.
We played pool for I don't know how long.
Oh, yeah.
And then at one point I ended up back on the tour bus, and they were like, "Yeah, we have a 6 a.m. call." And I'm looking at the time. I'm like, "It's 6:10 a.m." Which blew my mind because I'm like, it wasn't a long walk. In my mind, the bar closed at 3.
You're like, whoa, we time traveled? This voodoo shit's crazy.
I was like, "I can't play an instrument. Let me off this bus."
Yo, if you got kidnapped to accidentally tour with Young Gravy because you're just on the bus, just being Sam.
Give me a tambourine. Do you have a tambourine in any of your songs? Yeah, and then I got back to the hotel, and then it was Friday, and then it was officially day 1 of Skankfest.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was fun, because I don't remember Friday at all until I regained consciousness on the panel for Naked Roast.
Yeah, I saw you a couple times. I don't remember if it was Friday, because my days blended together a little bit, not from crazy booze party, but from busyness. And I didn't crazy booze party until actually I didn't even crazy booze party in New Orleans. I had like one Saturday I drank all day, and that might have been when I saw you. But at one point, you did see me in the middle and told me a crazy story very loudly. And I was like, oh, Sam.
No recollection.
Yeah. Oh, I know. And then Naked Roast was so funny because you text me that you're going to be on Naked Roast. And I go, who are you battling? You go, no, I'm judging. I go, what? Because it's a 1,200 person ballroom.
I didn't know that.
It's the biggest like event venue there. It's the biggest one in the whole thing. It's the biggest stage at the festival. And you're gonna judge Naked Rose. I'm like, oh no. And you've been full chameleonized the entire time.
Yeah, I went back there before it started to shake wieners of Eli and Laser before they went up and battled.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think Steve Ranazizi wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
And Zach Amico was like, do you want to judge? I'm like, yeah, that
Awesome.
sounds great. That sounds like, I'm like, I don't even have spots this weekend. I'll just judge Naked Roast. And I had no business being up there.
So Thursday night, I went and did the Buckhead Theater with Are You Garbage Guys, and it was so much fun. And Colin Tyrrell came through, which is one of my favorite human beings. So after the show, me and Collie and Kevin went to like a speakeasy. And you know me, like normally when I'm in another city, I'm Mr. Find the coolest place, have the best meal, do all of that. And we were sitting there and we were trying to find something kind of close, maybe some food. And I didn't want to overstep my bounds by being like a little diva and be like, we have to go to this place. It's the best one. So I was just like looking around and we found a speakeasy that was right by our hotel and only like an 8-minute Uber away. And I was like, speakeasies are usually good. And it had like a pretty complex menu. So I was like, oh, this is going to rule. And we get there and you have to walk in through a phone booth. So it's like an old timey phone booth with a rotary phone on it. And there's this very cool black guy that's like, welcome, how y'all doing? And we're like, yeah, man, great to see you. And he goes, all right, go in there and make a call. Let me know if someone picks up. And then so Kevin walks in and like picks up the phone. Is like, what am I doing? Like what? I don't know what to do here. And then he goes, keep letting it ring. And then there's a phone booth here, and then there's very clearly a door right here. And then he walks in the door. And then opens the phone booth from the inside. It's like, why did we just go through the door? Why would you do all this? And me and Colin and Kevin are sitting there like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my whole life. We walk in, and it's a cigar lounge as well. So it reeks of cigars, which I guess I'm just not a manly man, but I hate that smell. It drives me crazy. And it's day one of a 9-day trip for me. And now this whole outfit is just gonna smell like cigars. And I got to pack it back into my suitcase. So now all of my outfits are going to smell like cigars. That made me very sad, and I tried not to focus on it and had a couple cocktails.
Maybe you aren't a manly man.
Yeah, it turns out I'm not. Yeah. But so whatever, we go to bed, it's fine. And then the next morning, we wake up early and we fly out of out of Atlanta to New Orleans. And I had a very fun time because I have a bag tag on my luggage that says come. His initials, it's monogrammed, just as CUM. So that's very fun. And I had a lot of flight attendants noticing that and go, what the fuck? And on planes, on the right side, it has CBA with the picture of the window in the aisle to tell you the orientation. And then on the other side, it says FED. I put my bag on that side so the tag hangs enough of that in front of that. So it says come fed. It's pretty funny. The bag tag hangs so that when they go to close the door, they have to tuck it up in there so they always see it. It's been my favorite prank. So we did that, and then we fly straight into New Orleans. We land. I Uber to the Airbnb, drop off my bag, and then the Airbnb, the same Uber is waiting up front, and I get in that and go to Skankfest. And walked in and got on stage Friday at 12:15, and I was the first person to do comedy at the festival. That was crazy. And then I opened it up. But when you came out for Naked Roast, it was so funny because everybody's horny. And that's just the way the world is. And there's a lot of people that have them, where they have big old honkers. They were coming out there and are like, yeah, let's see some titties, And so all of the comics are upstairs in that balcony watching, and then all of the people are down here. And they're introducing the judges, and then they introduce you. And then you come out, and I'm like, thank God she has clothes on. And then you walked over to the middle of the stage, and you started to take your clothes off. And I, full 180. So everybody is standing there, and I'm standing facing away. And they're like, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't want to see Sam's tits. Like, I'm going to have to podcast with her and make eye contact later. And I'm far enough away. I know it's just going to look like boy boobs. I'm 100 yards away. I'm not wearing glasses. It's just going to look like the bottom of a pancake when you should flip it. There's just 2 dots.
Fuck you. Yeah, I went out because I wasn't prepared. I
Mhm.
was like, I don't have. I mean, you just get naked for it, but there's no point to take off your bottoms because you're sitting behind a table with a cloth. So it's like, yeah, I did the whole strip thing, and then it took Jason Ellis 45 minutes to undo my bra.
Yeah.
That was sick. And
It did take a way long time because I went to go turn around and you were still stripping. I was like, what's happening?
yeah, I was like, Jason, hurry.
Yeah, you are gay.
So that was
Also, what a fucking hammer on that guy.
Jason Ellis.
Yeah.
I didn't even look. He was sitting next to me the entire time.
God, monster dong.
Didn't even notice.
He walked out and it was just like, like, God damn, dude.
Maybe I'm gay.
Say some dick for the rest of us.
And then the roast was like 3 hours long, or am I hallucinating?
Well, so the roast did last maybe 16 hours. It was unbelievable how long it went.
Just sitting with my tits out underneath AC, and I kept coming in and out,
Yeah.
and I was just like,
And they couldn't bring you more booze up there. And you couldn't go get more booze.
no. Side stage like asked if we wanted stuff, and I requested 1 cigarette. And I had 10 people lobbing lighters at me, and I couldn't catch any of them.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Incredible.
I was getting tomatoed with lighters.
Yeah.
And then I was like halfway through the cigarette before I noticed like everyone around me was furious that I was smoking a cigarette.
So fun.
So I had to put it out. There was a bottle of Makers on the stage.
Okay.
So I was just drinking that at one point because I'm like, and then when Zach and Miko does the stapling thing for 5 hours,
Wow, how crazy is that?
just mid-show, and I'm like,
Yeah, it's right before the last battle. Because the reason I stayed for Naked Roast for the whole thing is I helped Laser with his jokes for Celia, and he was running them by me and everything. And so I was excited to see how he delivered them, and just to see how that roast went. And then so they're like, all right, we got our last roast coming. And I was like, all right, cool. And then Zach does the staple party, which if you have not seen this, if you've not seen Zach Amico do this, he will set up at these festivals, at Skankfest, and he will allow everyone to come and staple cash to him. Any denomination, and the bigger the cash, the crazier place you get to staple it. Lewis stapled 100 to his taint.
see, I missed all of that.
Do you know how upsetting that was? So, because I positioned myself strategically upstairs so that I didn't have to look at anyone's nudity, so that I could just enjoy the roast and not be scarred by some of them. And so I'm standing back there, so I have an angle more towards the crowd. Like I'm pretty close to the door, so I'm more behind the judges' table. So Zach is sitting in the chair out front, and people are coming and stapling stuff to him. And then he turns around, so his face is almost aimed towards me, and then bends over and spreads his massive girth. And then Lewis gets up in there and staples a $100 bill to his taint. And it's just like,
What was I doing the entire time? What was I doing?
that is a crazy thing to happen 8 feet from you and not know it happened.
Yeah.
Like,
I was talking to Karen the entire time.
yeah.
The entire time, because they were playing the Hallelujah song.
Hmm.
I was trying to get everyone to sing. No one would sing with me. Everyone was being really negative because it was taking so long. I was trying to have fun up there.
Yeah, I believe you. What'd you do after?
Friday night. I would have to look at my camera roll and I'd be scared to know.
Yeah, I like
think
that.
that might have been the night I left right after. We didn't go to the strip club at all for afters for any of the nights.
I only went the last night.
I want to say that night we were trying to find a corner store because I knew I was going to need Pepto in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
And everything was closed.
I packed a giant box of Pepto chewables because they can go through TSA, unlike the liquid. And I felt like the smartest man because after every night of drinking in New Orleans food, I just eat 3 Pepto chewables and wake up like a champion.
Nope, we were hunting down Pepto, and I was doing that thing where I'm blackout drunk, and I love running away.
Yeah.
We were so close to the hotel.
You do become a toddler. You get drunk, then you go.
So me and Ryan were walking back towards the hotel, and I remember I hit a pivot. I hit a 180, and I started walking the opposite direction. He turned around. He's like, "Sam," I was like, "Do not follow me." I didn't have a destination. I don't know, but you know what? That road led me straight to the casino.
Incredible.
That's what happened to me Friday night. Is I went to the casino. I had a road White Claw that I took from wherever.
How great is that, though?
Oh, I
Road
love it.
Claws. You can just walk around drinking and becoming more drunk.
Mm-hmm.
It's the best.
And there was still it was still decently full, but I was at the casino and I didn't think I could bring it in. Can you bring it in?
Mm-hmm.
Guess what I did?
Chugged it.
No, I hid it in a plant. I put it in a plant.
Who are you people?
I put it in a
Who?
plant.
What?
Dude, I was so fucked up. And then I walk in.
Plant claw for later.
I was screwing with my nut. And so I left it. I walk into the casino. I don't have cash on me, so I find the ATMs. And I'm, again, standing there chameleon-eyed, probably rocking back and forth, trying to put my debit card into the ATM.
Which is their favorite thing to see. Like at a casino, like, yes,
And,
get in there, girl.
But I kept, and I knew I was doing it, and I couldn't figure out why it wasn't working. Because I was putting it in where the money comes out.
Yeah.
Where you put money in and money comes out. I was putting my debit card in there. I don't know how long I was doing it, but it was long enough where security, I could feel 3 of them behind me, breathing on me. They're like, ma'am, do you need assistance? I was like, let me figure it out for myself.
Yeah.
Don't touch
But you
me.
see what I'm saying, though? The security is like, yeah, get her gambling. She can't figure out an ATM. There's no way she doesn't hit on 20.
So I pull out $100 cash.
Mm-hmm.
I walk around for a minute, just feeling the vibe, feeling what pulls me.
Mm-hmm.
One slot machine. It's like, Sam, over here, Sam, come put it inside me. And so I walk over and I put it inside and I don't read a damn thing. I hit max bet. Gone immediately. And I walked right out the same door I came in. Approximately 10 minutes later, grabbed my claw from the plant.
Amazing.
And then
Amazing. That dude. You know what's even better is like it probably only bet $1 of it, and you just read the machine wrong. You're like, fuck, all my money's gone.
no, you know I hit that button 20 more times thinking it just needed to be burped. No, spit it back up. Come on. Come on. But yeah, so I left there. I couldn't really remember the name of the hotel, so I was just kind of retracing my steps.
Mm-hmm.
And as I'm walking down some random side street, I can hear an argument happening, and it doesn't sound good. It's a guy on the sidewalk, a guy from the car, and then the guy from on the sidewalk starts running towards me, and then starts skateboarding, and the car is speeding up to catch up to him. I was like, "Do not come near me! That guy's gonna shoot you!"
Yeah.
There was an alley, so I go down the alley, and he tries coming down the alley. I was like, "Get the fuck out of my alley and go get shot on the street like a man." I'm a little white girl. Get the fuck away from me.
Yo, some dude was filming a skateboarding video. And just has a guy filming in the car next to him. And you're like, oh, he's going to shoot him. Run. Get out of my alley.
No, they
You're
were
in the skate park.
I wasn't on drugs. I was just hammered. No, they were definitely arguing. Fatally arguing.
Fatally arguing.
And then I got back to the hotel again at 6 a.m. I was like, I have to stop doing this.
Yeah.
And then I woke up for day 2.
Amazing. Friday night, after I did my set, I had a few drinks. I watched a bunch of people, hung out with people, and then I ended up going to Coops with a little group to go get food. Unbelievable. Just 10 out of 10. So wonderful. Chicken chapatulas, maybe my death row meal. It's a grilled chicken breast with a cream sauce, tasso ham, and little shrimps. That's magical. And then they do green beans that they cook in what they call ham sauce.
Let me guess.
Yeah.
It's made with turkey.
You got it. So we all ate there, and then I went back to Laser's Hotel and helped him with the roast. And then Naked Roast. And then after Naked Roast, I went back to the Airbnb we were all staying at and ordered po' boys from really Melbo's po' boy shop, which is a fucking good one. And it's so funny because I ordered too much food, and then all the rest of the people at the Airbnb would come in, and then they would eat the leftovers. Like, this is the best thing ever. There's just amazing food that keeps appearing at the end of the night when we come back drunk. And I'm like, yeah, guys, I rule. And then Saturday, day 2 of Skankfest, maybe one of the best days of my life. Not you? Well, I'll tell the good day, and then you can tell us how the bad day went. I started off, we went to Turkey and the Wolf, which is, yes, this hat. Best sandwiches ever. It's fucking coolest place. It's in a very cute little neighborhood. There's a giant line out the front. I got fried bologna. So they do Texas toast with bologna, shreddis, potato chips that they make in house, and then cheese, mustard, mayo. It's a very simple sandwich, but it's executed perfectly. So it's wonderful. And then they have a collard green sandwich that they do. That's just like it's one of those things that you just have to try it. So I got one for the table for all of us to eat, and everybody's like, that's fucking incredible. So we're blown away by this. They also have a thing where you can buy a meal for an unhoused person in the area. So you give them $8, and then they have a fridge in their parking lot that just says eat one if you need it. And they just take the extra sandwiches and stuff and put them in there. Isn't that fucking cool?
That's cool.
I don't know. I thought it was nice. I also think like I can't imagine being drunk and walking around and seeing a fridge and be like, oh yeah, let's go, free food. But so we leave from there. We walk. I saw maybe the most like stereotypical gay coffee shop. There's like 4 women with no hair on their heads out front that have like they hate that they have tits and are covered in tattoos and are talking about praxis at like a table outside. I was like, we have to get coffee here. Look at them. Look at them. If they like it, it's gonna be good. And it was. And then we walk around, then we went down to the French Quarter, went to Aaron Rose. So that's the place that did the collab with Nickel City here that makes the best Irish coffee in the whole world. So I went with them, and so it's like 5 of us, and I order the big giant cups of frozen Irish coffee, and then we just take them out into the street. And it's a beautiful fucking day with amazing weather, and there's street performers and jazz everywhere. And we walk around and go in the Voodoo Museum and the Pharmacy Museum and look at all the pretty places. And then we went into Bourbon Heat, which is like a really good music bar. And there's a guy playing saxophone that was just unbelievable. And then we go to Lafitte's, which is the oldest bar in the country. It was founded in 1761. So it's 15 years older than the country.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? Lafitte was a pirate that landed in Louisiana and made this bar. So Lafitte's Blacksmith Bar. And they serve a voodoo daiquiri that they call Purple Drink. That's basically just a grape slushy with a shit ton of booze in it. So we go and get those, and then our friend Genevieve says, oh, you bought the last round, let me get this. And she goes to pay, and she goes, I don't have my wallet. And she's being all French and scared, like, no, where is my wallet? And New Orleans is dangerous. It's not really. If you're stupid, it can be bad, but it's pretty much a safe city, and they're the friendliest people in the world. And I'd been kind of keeping an eye on the group to make sure no one got pickpocketed or wandered off or anything like that when we were in the danger zones. And there was no chance that she'd gotten pickpocketed. So I was like, we've only been like 3 other places. Let's retrace our steps. When was the last time you had to show your ID? Bourbon Heat. So we go back there. The bouncer has it. I was like, someone found this in the ladies' room. I was like,
nice.
Incredible. So she gets her wallet back, and then we walked over to the Roosevelt Hotel, which is a Waldorf property. And the bar in there, the Sazerac bar, is where the Sazerac cocktail was invented. So we get those and pretend to be classy, fancy people. But just like super amazing. And then I went and judged Roast Battle at the Howlin' Wolf, which is such a cool fucking venue. Amazing battle, super fun people. Chris Grieco and Miranda Meadows were the other judges. I was hanging out with them. Ryan Rogers is hosting. He fucking rules. So it was just like a very fun New Orleans experience. And it was so separate from Skankfest. And I love Roast Battle so much. And so it was cool to see just all that. So that's fun. And then I go from there back to the festival and then got to do another set and hang out with everybody. And drank and partied, goddamn comedy jam, and then went back and ordered more po' boys and fried catfish and fried okra and just ate at the Airbnb, and then went to sleep at like a 3 a.m. very reasonable time. It was the perfect party day.
It's funny hearing you talk about all the places you went to eat and drink and experience New Orleans. I could not stop going to that Nazi cafe.
I know, you went to Ernst like 75 times.
I went to Ernst 5 times a day. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then
That's
in
so
between
funny.
shots.
I've never even been there. I know of it because of the Nazi symbols on the ground because it's very funny, but
I'm shadow
they're
banned
also
on
the Buddhist
Instagram.
swastika. It's the other direction, but
Yeah, Instagram doesn't care about that. Instagram won't let me go live for a year.
yeah. Isn't that funny though? Because like if you just drop like a hard R and say a bunch of crazy stuff, they'll put you into the algorithm and make you famous. But if you post a funny kind of looks like the bad symbol thing from the ground at a cafe, you're in trouble.
Super cool. Anyway, the service there was terrible. All of those ladies were so mean.
Awesome.
But I mean, they had to be so annoyed because me and Ryan would just come in there every single morning
Yeah.
and get the same drinks and then just yell about nothing.
Yeah.
So I don't blame them. But yeah, I think we ate there. We ate at some was it called Joe's Deli? Also terrible. I had to take a video that was the worst bathrooms I've ever seen in a restaurant before in my entire life.
Awesome.
It was so bad. Every stall got worse.
Just
Every stall got
the worst version of Goldilocks.
yeah.
This bed is full of shit. This bed has 40 tampons.
This one is clogged with an entire roll of toilet paper. This one has the darkest colored piss I've ever seen. Someone check on that guy. Then a log, and then the handicap stall. Just someone shit from the ceiling. I was like, all right, I guess I'm not pissing here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't eat. Oh, actually, I did on that Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
For my Saturday, I really don't remember much of the first half of the day.
Mm-hmm.
I do remember when I came to the festival at like 5 p.m. and I was like talking to people and they're like, "Oh, you told me that yesterday." I was like, "You saw me yesterday? Where was I? What was I wearing?
Isn't that crazy?
Who was I with?" Because I normally don't black out, but
boy, did you.
Do I not remember? Oh, yeah, Saturday morning.
This is fun to watch you play that game of Memento.
Because my vape died.
Mm-hmm.
And there was,
you did have to go on a vape journey.
I had to go on a vape trek. And so I get Ryan up. I was like, we have to get a vape before I start biting people. And so we walk probably like 30 minutes away from the hotel. I don't even know where we were on the map. And then we kept, like, I was trying to convince him to get a tattoo. He doesn't have a tattoo, and he was fucked up enough. I was like, Ryan, I'll pay for it. Let's get matching tattoos.
Awesome.
And so we're sitting out on the bench trying to decide if we do this, and some guy came out, and he was standing there, and I was like, "Are you an artist at this shop?" And he was like, "No." And then there was just like a weird pause, and he goes, "Nice set last night." I was like, "I didn't do a set last night."
He's probably talking about your tits.
Yeah. 20 different people on the trek to the vape store stopped me and said, "Nice set last night." And I was like, there was only like 300 to 400 people at Naked Roast. Like, how are all of them over here? I had never been in the main room prior to going on stage.
Yeah.
And because of stage lights, and I'm hammered, I can't see past my own eyes.
Yeah.
And so the next day when I went into the main room just to see 1,200 people.
Yeah, 800 seats, 400 people standing, and that's just the crowd. There was another 150 up in the comics section.
Unreal.
Yeah. It's the most people you've been in front of, and you were topless and hammered.
Good. That's Skankfest.
It is.
Cause that's like when I woke up the next morning with a little bit of anxiety about it, I was like, that's like a bucket list thing for me. Where it's like, I've been going to Skankfest for how many times? I'm like, and it's my birthday weekend. We're in New Orleans.
Pretty perfect.
Everyone look at my boobies. You can even see them from the stage. But yeah, so that was fun walking around the city, and Ryan kept going, "Everyone's seen you naked."
That's awesome.
It was just perfect when you're hungover and anxious as fuck.
Looking for a vape desperately. Yeah, and you had to spend like $60 on it.
Yeah.
That was a very funny live tweet series from you. You just texted me like,
I was like,
can't find vapes anywhere. Finally found a vape. $60.
Yeah, I walk in and I was like kind of giving the guy shit. I was like, "What kind of vapes we got? We got Geek Bars," and he's like listing everything they have with the prices. He's doing that. I'm not hearing anything because I need it. And so I was like, "Give me a Lost Mary," and the screen comes up and the tip screen comes up. I don't know why I tipped him. I think because I talked to him for so long and I was kind of being a dickhead. So I was like, whatever, 15%. And then it was $52. And I was like, $52? He's like, "I told you how much it was going to be. Don't yell at me." And I was like, well, I was going to buy it either way. And he's like, "They're illegal too, so I'm doing you a favor." I was like, "Oh, they're illegal. I might as well make it $300.
Awesome. Awesome.
I was so pissed.
That's so funny.
It's fine. Saturday, I don't even know. Every day was like 5 days long. Every day was broken up into 3 separate days for me.
That's what happens when you drink and black out till 6 a.m., pass out for 2 hours, drink and black out till 5 p.m., pass out for 2 hours, drink and black out till 6 a.m., pass out for 2 hours.
Yeah, Saturday was my landing the plane day.
Mm-hmm.
Got back to the hotel before 2. In bed by 3. I want to say it was Friday.
Who's bed?
That's the thing. I kept switching between the boys.
Yeah, atta girl.
I was like, who snores quieter and who farts less? So that was how I was picking. But Friday, when I came back from the casino, I walked into 2 of the highest, drunkest people trying to use DoorDash. They couldn't figure it out, so I
Awesome.
took their phones away. I ordered DoorDash. And Ryan really wanted a pizza. I was like, we're not getting fucking pizza. Pizza sounds horrible right now.
Yeah.
And take his phone away. What do I order? A calzone.
I hate you.
I was like, pizza sounds disgusting, but
Fold it in half.
Fold it in half. Fold it in half, shove that shit with ricotta.
Now I'm interested.
And then Kyle got his phone and then ordered something else. And then for the entire next day was just eating cold chicken fingers out of a box.
Yeah.
Just all day.
It's a solid move.
Doesn't it go bad?
If you keep it in the fridge, no?
No, it was just out.
Oh, yeah, that's probably bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad to do.
He did it.
I've poisoned myself that way, where I've drunkenly passed out eating chicken fingers and then woken up the next morning and be like, those were really good. And eating chicken fingers like, oh no.
Because there was a conversation we had not long ago about how I left 40 chicken wings in my car.
Yeah.
And I was trying to decide if it was safe.
It's not.
And now I don't think chicken's safe anymore. And then he's doing that in front of me and then completely fine. So now I'm pissed that I didn't eat those chicken wings. Because I listened to you.
Yeah, I'm proud of you because you can't afford at your size to get food poisoning or you will be no longer.
Food poisoning won't take me out.
I think it would.
No, I survived
You
diarrhea
would lose 10%
daily.
of your body weight. Yeah, I'm saying if it was more than normal diarrhea, if you were shooting pure water out of your ass for 3 hours straight, there'd be nothing left of you. And you don't drink water.
Well, I would just have a gallon of water next to me while I do it.
And just keep staring at it. You wouldn't drink it. I know you and water.
Just a cleanse. Yeah, me and my emotional support water from yesterday from football.
Yeah.
I don't even think it's open.
Yeah, that's you. That's you with water. You have it.
I have it. It just doesn't taste good.
What'd you do Sunday?
Oh, Sunday was my I died day. Brian wanted to go to the Nazi Cafe again to watch the Bills game. And I was like, I'll meet you there at halftime. And then I laid in bed until 3.
Good.
That's all I did. And then I thought I was judging Naked Roast again. And so I was like, that's all I have today. So excited. But since the first one was 3 hours long, he was like, we can't have an extra judge. They don't want me to have an extra judge.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? It's for the best.
Yeah, it lasted forever.
The Sunday one was only like an hour long. And I was like, what the fuck happened Friday that it was so long? It was because everyone heard.
Yeah, that was a shit show.
Yeah.
Sunday, I went with a big group and we went to Ruby Slipper in Lower Midtown, like by like the I think it's by the Garden District, but Magazine Street is where we were, and so we had amazing brunch, and then we walked around and they had a bunch of cute little shops, and they have like a little knick-knack, tourist trap kind of souvenir shop. I wish I could remember the name of it, but in the front they have the Snail Museum of Modern Art, and it says SMOMA. But when I was looking just to walk around and see what we could go see and go get some more coffee or whatever, there's nothing better than eating a crazy amount of food and then just going on a long walk to digest it. Then you don't get all tired, but and then you feel good about all the food you just ate because you used it as fuel. So I was like, let's, go walk around, look at the pretty shops. And the SMOMA is listed as its own place. Like it's a Google Maps entry, Snail Museum of Modern Art. It has hours and all that stuff and has reviews on it. So I was like, oh, let's go look at this fucking museum. That'll be cool. And then we walk into the store, and it's literally right as you walk in, there's just one display, and that's the whole museum. It's just like a little gimmick, which made us all laugh very hard. But then we went back, and I did a set in the afternoon. And then I was just walking around drinking and partying with everybody and hanging out and watching shows. I got to actually watch some shows on Sunday, which was nice. And then the festival was ending, and it was the last bit of comedy. And then you went up in the Creek Room, and then you got to bring me up, and I closed out the festival. So I got to do the beginning and the end. That was really cool. And it was also really, really cool that you got to bring me up. That made me very happy.
Yeah, at first when Zach told me I was going to go last, and he was like, never mind, Michael wants to go last. And I was like, this fucking diva wants to be the headliner of the entire festival.
Yes. Diva.
No, I was fine with that because I already knew Comedy Jam was starting and the room was about to leave. I said, put me up ASAP, dude.
God, it was so funny, too, because right around midnight, there was something listed on the schedule that was just accidentally listed, that there was a show in the Creek Room, but it didn't have a lineup or anything. So people thought it was like a super cool secret surprise show. So out of nowhere, like 200 people gathered into the room, and it was packed wall to wall in there completely for for a couple people's sets, and then they realized that nothing special was happening. They were just like, "Oh, we're gonna leave." So they all left, and then they went to goddamn Comedy Jam, and then that's happening in the room next door, where the doors open to the room that we're in. So it finally felt like real Creek. It was like there's crazy loud music next door, and we're doing comedy to 17 people. This is what Creek is like at midnight, and it's perfect.
Yeah, they brought Empire to to Skankfest.
Yeah.
No, Sunday was the day I actually treated myself to a nice meal because I was like,
Mhm.
I haven't eaten anything that hasn't been fried the entire weekend,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't remember the name. It's gonna make me mad, but it was super nice, and I was sitting at the bar. Ryan was sitting next to me, but he met.
Pesce.
No, Pesce was on Monday.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, Cochan?
Oh, yeah, Cochon.
Yeah. So I went
Cochon.
Cochon. Ryan came with me. Which he just he ripped an espresso martini and left immediately, which was fine. He even met some guy that like invited him to the Pelicans game. So I was
Nice.
like, whatever. I'll have my birthday dinner by myself.
Aw.
Wrong. Ryan's gone for maybe 30 seconds, and some dude walks up and he goes, "Is anyone sitting here?" And I was like, "No." I'm like all nervous. And then he sits down and like I can't see this side of his face at all, and he's kind of like just like barely talking to me. And then he saw my badge and he goes, "Oh, you're on Skankfest." I was like, "Fuck." I'm like, "Yeah." And he turns and looks at me. His whole face is busted. He apparently went like to Bourbon Street after the kickoff party.
Is it the guy that got drugged?
Yeah.
No way.
The drug guy sat next to me while I'm trying to have my birthday dinner.
No way.
And is just trauma dumping on me about how he got roofied.
Yeah, he got roofied and got robbed, and they took his phone and like stole all of his bank information. It was like a whole full-scale attack, and he like fractured his skull.
In his ribs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like super fucked up. That's so funny. It was that guy that sat next to you.
I was like, my life is a fucking nightmare. I'm trying to eat.
I want to have my birthday dinner. Stop telling me about how you're bad at being on Bourbon Street.
Yeah, he's like, I thought it was a shot girl. I think it was just a random girl and there was drugs in there. He's like, I woke up in a parking garage and he's like, my wife is furious. I was like, yeah, dude.
Yeah, I bet. You're an idiot.
All to come to Skankfest is crazy.
Dude, and it's so nuts too, because that happened to him after the kickoff party on Thursday. So he didn't get to do any of the festival because he was just in the hospital. You thought your Skankfest went bad. He didn't even make it.
But just, yeah, the fact that it was that guy.
That's how hard hate breed rocks. They put him in the hospital.
Out of a million people it could have been.
That's so unbelievable.
And I was like, he was like, if I'm bothering you, you just tell me to stop talking. I'm like, I'm not a dickhead. But you are ruining a very special moment for me.
Yeah, it is also like, if you're asking that, you know you're doing it. Stop asking for this like tacit permission to keep ruining my dinner.
So I took my grilled swordfish to go.
You have to eat swordfish right away or it gets all
I ate half of it.
tense.
I mean, I balled out. I got like way too many appetizers.
Uh-huh.
And then that came out.
Keep talking. Say more. How dare you blue ball me like that? Way too many appetizers. Tell me what they were.
Well, okay.
Cochon rules. The
Yeah.
butcher next door is also amazing.
No, I think I got fire grilled oysters. and it
Okay,
was,
char
like,
grilled. Yep.
in a like a chili sauce.
Okay.
I can't talk about food like you do.
I know.
And it was fried alligator bites.
Perfect.
Pretty good. Too many. What always fucks me every time is when they bring out the complimentary bread basket. I ate all 4 rolls to myself while I waited for the swordfish to come out. And
Yeah.
then I ate half of that. And then this guy was ruining the vibe. So I took the other half to go, and I was like walking to Skankfest with it. I was like, when am I ever going to eat this again?
When am I gonna have swordfish time at Skankfest?
But I walk in, I walk up to the green room, and Eli is like, I'm starving. And I was like, oh, we crossed paths at the right time.
Nice.
Here is my fish that I just walked several blocks with.
That rules.
So then it was no longer my problem. The next day we went to Pesce before we left, which was a mistake because we ordered half of the menu.
Mm-hmm.
And Eli was, I think he ate like a mushroom bar or something.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was going through it. And then Ryan was violently hungover, so he had no appetite.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just me and Christina with 10 things in front of us. And I was like, oh, it's so smart to, eat a giant meal and then drive 10 hours back.
Yeah. Genius move.
So stupid.
Sunday night, after we were at Goddamn Comedy Jam, which was so much fun, and just standing there backside stage with you, watching all the music, very cool, very nice moment, friendship, love it. And then I met this kid Reed that works with Jeremiah and Omid Singh and a few other people in LA that I know. And he's really good friends with my buddy Keel. So I met him at the fest and we hit it off. And it's one of those things where like every night as we were leaving the festival, whoever I was with, I would make plans for what we were going to eat the next day. Like, hey, listen, I'm doing this. I'm in my favorite food city. I'm going and eating at this place. I would love for people to come with me. But if you don't show up, you just missed the meal. I will be there. And so I would tell everybody where it was going to be. And every day Reed would be like, hey, are we still doing this? I'm like, yeah, man, let's go. So he would just meet us there. So Sunday night, we're hanging out and then we leave to go from Skankfest to the strip club. I hadn't been yet. And I figured, I got to go at least once to the after party. And we go to the after party and get upstairs. The first girl that is stripping has A cups at best. And I was like, that happens, whatever. Maybe she's got a butt. Nope, okay, whatever. But so she's dancing and that's fine. And then we go up and we order a drink. And then the next girl gets on the stage, and I swear to God, she'd had a double mastectomy. So not only does she have no tits, she has no nipples. Just flat all the way down and covered in tattoos. So it was very confusing because at first she could be like, hi, I like that tattoo girl. What's happening on the front? Why is your front a back? Why? What? So it's crazy. So as we were walking by, I said to Rita, it's like 86 tits, just as a silly joke. And the DJ heard it and did not like that. And so that was bad. So then we went out on the balcony, and there's a balcony looking over Bourbon Street. And I was like, oh, this will be fucking great. It's, 3:30 in the morning. There'll be people out wandering around drunk. Let's go look at the people in the street. Yay, people. Let's get some beads and some titties. And we walk out on the balcony and look down, and that is when it clocks that it is Sunday night. So it is 3:30 a.m. on a Monday. Not one single person walking down Bourbon Street. Nobody is out. And then eventually a homeless man comes out and has a very large argument with the wall. And he's just screaming at the wall, furious. And so we're all watching that. So there's like 25 drunk comics on a balcony watching a homeless man just at a wall, which ruled. But then it got kind of depressing that was going on. So me and Reed venture back inside. It's been, long enough that there's a third stripper on the stage who still has no tits and not like just B cups. But
it's the Sunday crew. What do you expect?
Someone with honkers. Put a fat chick up there. You can't just have one body type. You can't keep throwing up a sports model. You got to throw an SUV on the stage.
The big ones are tired from the actual weekend.
There's so many tits in New Orleans. You knew you were hosting a VIP party. It's the last night. Do better. Schedule one Cinnamon, give me one A-lister from your fucking good lineup and put her on. Have her go up every 5 songs. It'll make her look even hotter by contrast. She'll make a fucking grand. So we are looking around, and all of the people that I do want to talk to that are there are hammered and busy and talking to people. And it's like, I don't want to go force myself to any of these conversations. And then I look up, and Verdi Mart is a po' boy shop I'd actually never been to. And I was very excited, and they're 24 hours.
You're like, I thought I got them all.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I thought I knew everything. But I'd heard lots of good stuff about it. And Reed tells me he's never had a po' boy. And I'm like, oh, we're going right now. So we just walked through empty Bourbon Street, which is when you're supposed to get robbed and shot and stabbed and all of the bad things. And we're walking through the dark alleys and everything. And it's the middle of the night. And nothing. Not one single problem. We make it to Verdi Mart. And 10 out of 10. Just amazing experience. But he... I don't like olives. He does like olives, so he got a muffaletta, which they're also famous for. So he's got a muffaletta. I've got a oyster and shrimp po' boy, and we're just sitting in the street eating sandwiches. Fucking awesome. And then I was just so happy.
So he still has never had a po' boy.
I gave him a bite so he
Okay.
could try it. Yeah.
I was like, wait.
Yeah,
The whole
yeah.
point of the mission.
Yeah, I gave him a bite so he could try it, but then he also never had a muffaletta, and that's like, you can't really get those anywhere. And so to get like a real authentic one from a great place is special. And then the next day we got late checkout on the Airbnb, and I stayed there until as late as I could, and then went to the airport, had some red beans and rice, and then flew to Los Angeles.
Los Angeles. That was the worst part, though, about the whole trip was I work at a place with that kind of food.
Mm-hmm.
So even on vacation, I'm still eating fucking po' boys. I was so mad.
Well, it doesn't clock to me that, like, because I don't want to be rude, but food is mid as fuck. It's I've never had anything there that wowed me. I've never had
You
anything.
haven't been there in forever.
But what, did they suddenly get good at food? No, they've been the same
Yeah.
fucking thing the whole time. It's not like you got a
No.
new chef. You
Yeah,
didn't,
we
you didn't
did.
add seasoning suddenly. You didn't figure out how to make actual Cajun food. It's still
Why are
just
you
the
yelling at me?
Disneyland version of it. It's cool. I'm glad to go to an Epcot version of Cajun food, but it's not authentic and it's not anywhere near as good as just a fucking gas station in New Orleans. So it like it would be like working at Little Caesars and then going to Italy and be like, I'm fucking surrounded by pizza. Like, not really. It's a little different.
I'm just saying, everywhere I went, all of the menus had everything we have on our menu, and that was the annoying part.
I do get that. I
'Cause
do. Yeah.
I'm like, give me a meatball sub at this point, which I did. I did get a meatball sub from that place with the shitty, gross bathroom.
Yep.
See where they get their meatballs from now. Fuck, you went to LA. Oh, I spent all of Monday in a car, is what I did.
Yeah.
It was so funny because I offered to drive like part of the way there or back. And on the way there, I'd slept maybe all of an hour before we had to leave on Thursday morning. And I get in the car and I immediately take my sleepy pill. And I look at Ryan. I said, I'll see you in 4 hours for my shift. I woke up 6 hours later.
Oh my God. You're a menace.
I would like wake up here and there, but it was still like very much like I could fall back asleep any second. At one point I woke up and I was alone in the car in a gas station parking lot and I thought he left me.
Awesome.
And then on the drive back, we had a third person in the car. So I was like, cool, we can 3 hours, 3 hours, 3 hours. And I just laid in the back seat the entire time. And every time we stopped somewhere to like get snacks or use the bathroom, I was like, do you guys want me to drive? And they're like, no.
Yeah.
I'm like, you guys haven't even seen how bad my Jetta looks right now. What do you mean? I'm not going to crash.
I swear.
I'm not going to crash the car. And then, yeah, I got home and I had 10 minutes before HEB closed. I went to the hair dye aisle because I won't tell you anything bad happened to me at Skankfest, but there will be signs.
Yeah.
And I dyed my hair.
When I landed in LA, it was late at night and it was going into Tuesday, your birthday. And I texted you like happy birthday from the future
Fucking idiot.
because I could not figure out time zones. And then you were like, Michael, it's already my birthday here. I'm like, no, I'm in the future. You're like, that's not how time zones work. And it took me until the next day to figure it out. I was like, this fucking idiot, I was in her birthday before. Oh.
So the world spins this way,
The
not
other
that.
direction.
Because
I was in her birthday last.
my mom calls me at 11 every year to sing happy birthday. And I'm like, Mom, you know it's another hour. She's like, I'm not staying up. You'd be 28 right now if you were here.
Yeah. If you hadn't left home like a bitch.
And I was like, okay. And then, yeah, you texted me at 3 a.m. Happy birthday. And it made me so mad that I texted you back and I said, Mike, that's not how time works. And you go, I'm in LA. And I'm like, I know where you are. And you just couldn't admit that you were wrong. And then you texted me again at 6 a.m. and you go, oh. I get it.
Yeah. It really was. I had to sleep on it. I didn't understand time zones.
Oh. How was LA?
It was very fun. It was very nice to see everybody. Dude, shout out Nate Welch, MVP. He picked me up from LAX at the airport. We went back to his place, then we walked over and got awesome fucking sandwiches at a little deli in his neighborhood. And those little... So there's been these Japanese ice creams that have been viral for a while that are shaped like the fruit. And they come in like a little snow globe looking package.
They sell those at HEB.
That's upsetting. When they first came out like a year or so ago, they were only at 99 Ranch and H Mart, the two Asian grocery stores here. And every time you'd go, the mango ones would be sold the fuck out. I was like, this is so annoying. I just want to try the mango ice cream. And I kept seeing them everywhere online. And then I just kind of gave up on it because I didn't want to go find the sold out ice creams. And we walk into the fucking corner deli. It's California, and they have flavored geek bars. What? Coolest place ever. Japanese ice cream, and then tons of just random Japanese snacks. But then I got like a turkey bacon sandwich, fucking ripped. And then we ate the ice creams, and I passed out on his couch. And then Tuesday, spent the day just like writing, drinking coffee, just trying to figure out roast battle. And then got some burgers, met up with everybody. It was very good. I got to see Dakota Fry and Avery Dower, who were the other battlers. And then Ryan Neeson, fucking love him. And then Ryan finally gave me wallet. We're not like sponsored or anything, but huge fan of this thing. It holds all my cards. And I'd been resisting getting a hard one because the MagSafe ones always seem to fall apart. But this thing's fucking great. I'm obsessed with it. So he got me one of those, and then we go to the battles at the store, and it was like a fucking Austin reunion because Brittany Ledesma, John Heft, Peyton Ruddy, Stephanie, Peyton's girlfriend, and then who else did I see? Jason Rodriguez was supposed to be on his way, but it was just fun. It was cool to have everybody there, and then the roast battle show starts. It's 10:30. Brian goes up, and then this first girl goes up, and then the second guy goes up, and they put up a prelim battle, and kind of early for that, and none of us knew what was going on. We're like, wait, what? So me and Avery were supposed to be the first battle, so we'd have time to write for our second one because it was a playoff night. So first battle goes up, and then the judges are all like running to the table to judge, and then that's kind of weird, and then they go back into stand up. So then they put up 5 more stand ups, and then they go to the battles. So thankfully the last few people, Christina Mariani, that was who else I saw. And she crushes. John Heft fucking crushes. Peyton Ruddy destroys. I mean, they all just bring the fucking house down. And then me and Avery go up to battle, and our battle goes incredible. I mean, it was so much fun. Avery has cerebral palsy, but he's like a handsome guy with CP, and he played like wheelchair basketball, so he's still pretty jacked. So I made a bunch of fun jokes about that. It was so much fun. The judges were all really fucking cool. So that battle goes great. Then second battle is Ryan versus Dakota. And Dakota's a fat Jewish guy and Ryan is a jacked Jewish guy. And just the vibe in the room that night, they hated Jewish jokes. So Ryan wins that battle, but it was like they hated Dakota. And it was so weird because his jokes were fucking funny. Like he's a very good battler. He's a very funny guy. And it's just like from the get, they were just like, we don't fuck with this. And it's like, why? So then 2 more buffer battles. So that me and Ryan and Dakota and Avery can all write. And then Dakota versus Avery goes up, and they have an okay battle. Avery wins that. And then me and Ryan go up, and it is 1 a.m. The show started at 10:30. So we were 2.5 hours into the show getting on stage to do this battle. And my first joke gets like a little bit of a laugh. And then I had like I was really excited about one of the names I was going to call him because Ryan kind of looks like a little bit of a fuckboy. He's a pretty jacked Jewish guy, but I called him Tame Impala-Cost. Yeah. I was like, that's going to get a good giggle in LA. They're going to love that. Nothing. And I'm like, what? And then Ryan says a joke about me, and it gets like a little something. And we're like, what is happening? Then I say my next joke. Ryan's super close with his family, but his grandparents are the closest because their ashes got mixed together. Silence. And I like pulled the mic down, and I look at Ryan. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then Ryan tells a joke, and it bombs. And then there was one time me and him and Jonathan Kite did the Tempe Improv, and me and Ryan just had like legendary bombs, like just silence the whole time to like 460 people.
Oh my God.
And so Ryan goes, dude, are we in Tempe right now? So now we're both laughing on stage about how bad this is going. We're having more fun than the crowd is at this point. The judges and everybody are tired. And then I go to say my next joke, and I say the setup of it, not even the funny part, just the setup, and it gets like a pop. And then me and Ryan are both like, what? We were talking about it last night. He's like, do you know how badly I would be like, explain why that's funny. Tell me why did you laugh? Anyone explain it right now. One of you fuckers get up and tell me why that was funny. So there were like 7 judges, and then the battle was voted 1-0 Ryan. Like it was so rough. So it was a tough ending of the night, but overall very fun time. And then the next day I went with Sushi Boy Mexico and Brian Moses and the Roast Battle crew down to San Diego and filmed with them for the WRBL championships. And that was super fucking cool because I've been watching them all season. And I've been watching these battlers. And this kid, Tyler B from Milwaukee, I just became a huge fan of him and his style. He is like a unapologetic wigger. And like, it's genuine. Like he is that. He speaks that way. He has that accent. Like you would think it is someone putting on an affectation, but that's who he is. And he's just so genuine and sweet and silly. And then I had him versus Crockett McElvin, who's the best battler in New Orleans. And he's like a very Cajun. His name's fucking Crockett. I mean,
Yeah.
it's perfect. And he looks ridiculous. And so like there's these fun battles. And so I get to watch all these people. And then Stephen Owens and Austin Hernandez were the other 2 there. And so it's like all these great battlers that I've watched all season from their city battling it off. And then the judges panel there. And I get to make a bunch of jokes. And just like a really amazing fun time. And I went out with everybody afterwards, and then we're drinking at the bars in Oceanside and having a great time. And I wake up the next morning and I had a 7:30 boarding and I woke up at 7:50. I'm just like, so I got on, I found a 3 o'clock flight and to Phoenix for like $120, which is unbelievable for a same day flight. Buy that, wait until they kick me out of the hotel. They're like, sir, are you staying another day? I'm like, no, I'll leave. I go to the airport and I get there and there was a 1:30 flight that had been delayed by like 20 minutes. And so it was still there and they hadn't boarded it yet. And so I went and talked to the lady and she was like, yeah, if this last guy doesn't show up in the next 5 minutes, you can just have his seat. So then I ended up getting moved onto this earlier flight. So I was only at the airport for like 30 minutes, which ruled.
Nice.
And then I got to Phoenix. Brent picks me up. We go straight to this place called Buck and Ryder. It's like one of the best happy hours in the country. We had 4 dozen oysters, 2 things of tuna tartare, a fried rice, avocado hamachi roll, a shrimp ceviche, an espresso martini, and a couple glasses of wine. And with tip, we both paid $80. Fucking insane. I mean, it's a $160 meal with a good tip is unheard of for that much food. And then I went from there, went back to the hotel, did this podcast, the Comedy Writers Guild, and then went and they gave us rooms at a resort for these events that we were doing Friday. So we were staying at the Arizona Grand. So me and Brent just went and smoked because weed's legal there. So we went and smoked amazing fucking pre-rolls in the hot tub at the resort. And then I went
6 feet apart because they're not gay.
No, we touched.
They're gay.
And then I flew back here Friday night after my golf event. And I've just been, man, I'm cooked.
Oh, yeah, you weren't even in town the whole week.
Yeah, I know.
Good thing.
Yeah, I was gone. Yeah, so then Friday, I land late at night, go to sleep. Saturday, I had a show at 8, and then went and met up with all the roast battle people and ended up doing another show. And then yesterday, we went and played football. Then I went out with everybody after roast battle. And then tonight, I'm going to go see Jid at Stubbs.
Jid.
He's a rapper.
Yeah, I was going to go see Earl on Friday, and then I couldn't find a fucking soul to go with me.
No way. That's where everybody was. Literally, all of my friends were there.
Well, I was trying to go with Christina,
Mm.
and then she was busy all weekend at the club with that whatever show.
Scuffed Realtor. Yeah.
So, yeah, then I texted like 3 of my friends, and it was so last minute, everyone was working. I got my shift covered, and I played Minecraft for 14 hours straight is what I did.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Oh, man. Well, so are you doing 30 days?
I haven't started yet.
Cool. All right.
Do you want to go to Nickel after this?
Let's do it.
Let's get wings and some frozen Irishes.
It sounds so good.
I think we're definitely over an hour, right? Hell yeah.
Perfect. All right.
Cool. We did everything we needed to do.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.